Oh, that's a good one. Look at that one. It's been a really good hole. This meat's stroking them out. Got a little yellowish piece on.
I guess I need to find this out.
Another nice gill on the meat. Took a little while. I had to jig up and down a few times that time, but there's a lot of fish down there. Start off with a really slow drop, a measured drop I call it. They've been hitting it a lot of times like that, right when it gets toward the bottom. You gotta get back in fast. These fish are schooling, so you don't dawdle when you catch when you get right back in there and try to take another one while they're still around. Nothing on the drop, jig up slow. It's about as high as I want to go, about 2 feet. Oh, maybe I want to go 2 feet and 1 inch.
Looking kind of heavy.
Just get to a level where you caught the last fish, slowly drop it down. That slow drop is really good too. If you miss a bite, just slowly drop it back down to the level where you had it. You'll get them 50% of the time. Let's see if my drop back on a missed bite theory works. It did. Perfect example of it.
Right away.
Well, looks like the school moved on, but that was a nice little run. Some nice fish here on the ice. Oh!
Pay attention to your spring. That's tip number 1.
Tip number 2, if you don't have cleats, never lift your feet off the wall, off the ice.
That's a pretty good one there. It's a keeper. Not a giant, but I guess I should listen to Kevin's tips and get dropped down there fast again. Keep the school ignited.
A little bit smaller one.
The yellow meat seems to be working really good tonight.
There's a good one.
Kevin's even catching them back there. Ooh, he caught a real one though.
Going with a purple meat now. The go-to color. Beautiful.
It's that magical time of the afternoon right now where
Anyone could catch it, even me.
there's a Did you lose a nice one, Kev?
Yeah, put it in the edge of the hole.
Oh. I like to use a horizontal style jig And Kevin likes a vertical one, which the horizontal one, when you catch a fish on it, you have to straighten it back out so that it hangs horizontally again. Otherwise, after you pull on it like that when you're fighting the fish, the jig will straighten out and it'll hang vertical, and then it doesn't work right anymore. The style jig Kevin uses, which is more of like a vertical teardrop style, you don't have to fool with that at all, which kind of makes it nice, especially if it's really cold out. Today it's not too bad, but it's still one more thing you gotta do before you can drop back down there and catch another one.
I'm just old, Nick. We didn't have fancy jigs when I grew up.
The meat's really nice though, because it stays on the hook a lot better than most live baits and even plastics, so you don't have to fool with it nearly as often. And you can get back down there to fishing. You distracted me, Kevin. I kind of looked back to see what was going on back there, and my spring went bloop. Can't stress it enough. Even if your buddies...
A good look at that purple meat right there. Small piece. They love that. Suck it right in. Hook them every time.
Yep, even when your buddy's beating up on you and you're trying to see what he's moaning and groaning about over there, you gotta look back. But you shouldn't. You should stay focused on that spring, because then that's when you miss that nice 8-incher.